Yuji Itadori is becoming the demon god his brother Choso claimed him to be. Let's go! Our boy got the dog in him. And this chapter was absolute fire! With Megami's support, Yuji is reaching enlightenment like the strongest character of the series, Satoru freaking Gojo. But does that mean history will repeat itself? Because that would mean Yuji will have to kill his best friend Megami, just like Gojo killed Suguru Geto, bringing both of them incredible despair. But wait, breaking news. Let's get a word on Hana Kurusu.
Yo, holy sh**, he dead!
Yeah. In chapter 213, Sukuna gauged that Hana's power of extinguishing curse techniques will prove to be a massive roadblock in his plans. On top of her undying love for Megami, it meant that she would go to any lengths to save him. For example, taking a gamble on the small chance that a vessel and the reincarnated soul can be separated, which she mentioned in chapter 199. However, with gambling, you don't always win, as Hana's belief in Megami was a double-edged sword, in which Sukuna exploited that to his advantage as he gained his memories. Hana hugged Megami, all for Sukuna to have a taste of her. I mean, literally. Gege Akatami said in Jujutsu Kaisen's official fanbook that Sukuna was actually a connoisseur of humans, and he even had Uraume, his loyal servant, cook humans for him. Even in chapter 1, when Sukuna possessed Yuji's body, the very first thing he stated, "Where are the people, the women? What a wonderful age it has become. Women and children spawning like maggots." Essentially declaring a massacre right then and there. Well, with his cannibalistic taste, it's no surprise that he was also marked as the disgraced or the fallen. In chapter 199, Angel stated that her sole mission is to butcher Sukuna because he was evil personified that went against God. Sukuna was called a natural calamity when he was a human, making it a more than fitting title. Unfortunately, all of Angel's plans have failed miserably. Now you all must be wondering if Hana is actually dead, because Akatami is never being those misogyny allegations, am I right?
Breathe air!
Like the author has killed characters like Nobara, Mai, Yuki. Well, not only was Hana a powerful ally, but she was also the only key to unlocking Satoru Gojo from the prison realm. Hana's death means that Gojo would never be unsealed. But is it really over for our sensei? No! Firstly, Megami's Kogane didn't gain points for a kill in the Culling Games, and while such an injury is fatal for normal humans, sorcerers can use curse energy to reinforce their bodies, minimizing the impact of an attack. For example, in chapter 130, Toda had subconsciously concentrated all of his curse energy into his stomach and tanked Mahito's punch laced with black flash. Hakairi using this technique in chapter 190 should make us realize just how powerful of a shield curse energy is. Couple this with the fact that Angel's first priority is to preserve Hana's body, and let's not forget she realized Sukuna's intention at the last second. This means that there's hope with the aid of reverse curse technique, or I don't know, a shonen protagonist finally deciding to become enlightened. His name is Yuji Itadori. The dude literally tanked the strongest punch ever given in Jujutsu Kaisen, as 15-finger Sukuna uses full power, breaking 3 skyscrapers and flying across the city. But Yuji's new power is absolutely broken. With just the sheer force of his jump, Yuji shattered the building's rooftop, a feat that no other sorcerer besides the likes of special grades have done. But the difference is Yuji is doing this without any curse techniques and using his raw physical power. His superhuman physical strength is no surprise. Even before he had Sukuna's strength imbued in him, he was incredibly gifted. We must remember that he was able to run 50 meters in 3 seconds, making Usain Bolt a joke. And he was also faster faster than Maki Zenin, who can catch a point-blank bullet, stated by the special grade Hanami. Even in chapter 103, Yuji scaled to supersonic speeds, which is 768 miles per hour or more. So by now, Yuji must be at a similar speed of enlightened Maki, who scales as high as Toji Fushiguro. Maki outsped Naoya at Mach 3, which is 2,300 miles per hour, which now explains how Yuji returned to the fight with Sukuna in a split second. This all makes sense of Satoru Gojo's claims that special grade rankings in the future won't be needed anymore, as those traditional ways of scaling sorcerers will become redundant in front of their overwhelming power. For example, one thing we need to realize is that Jujutsu Kaisen sorcerers can think in milliseconds. Yuji displayed this ability himself when he thought of 6 different things in 0.1 second. If you want us to power scale Yuji Itadori's new strength in a future video, then make sure to share your Kurt's energy by smashing the like button and hitting the notification bell, because Choso's observations regarding his abilities were on point. In chapter 139, Yuji's healing ability was already on the rise, as Choso noted that even without recovery, he was fighting on a whole different level. Since the clash between them, Yuji had added finesse by fluidly controlling Kurt's energy with his absurd physical strength. He went ahead to even call Yuji a demon god, which explains the perfect entry that confused even Sukuna, the king of curses, to the point that he questions where is Yuji's new strength coming from.
I'm confused. I'm confused right now, G.
Let's put it into perspective. Sukuna, who should definitely know Yuji's body intimately, is taken off guard, implying that he expected his punch to have enough force to kill Yuji, as he should know exactly how much his body could take. However, in the few minutes between Yuji and Hana getting wrecked, something shifted inside of him. His speed and recovery have reached a point to special grade levels, as it isn't even reverse curse technique. How do we know that? His ripped finger is still unhealed. He clearly can't use RCT consciously, so if it is all subconscious usage, then even his finger should have been back to normal. Therefore, we can conclude that only Yuji's healing speed has shot up rapidly, much like Maki's. In fact, Yuji's feats, including his durability in this chapter, are almost unmatched by anyone in the series. Everyone instantly dies against Sukuna. Even Jogo got no diff without him trying, where he asked Jogo to try and land a single attack, but he couldn't, despite scaling to 7 Sukuna fingers and being a special grade. But here, we have Yuji Itadori's new power with no curse techniques being able to land a sucker punch? But this is when we learn that Sukuna has a lot of secrets that we don't know yet, and one of them is that he is aware that Yuji is Kenjaku's son. Remember guys, in chapter 143, Yuji had a dream where he saw his family when he was just a child. This is when we first learn of Yuji's mother Kaori being possessed by Kenjaku because of the trademark stitches on her forehead. And as we already discussed that reincarnated souls have full access to the vessel's memories, Sukuna connected the dots already. This is why Sukuna states, "Kenjaku, you sure are twisted." For someone like Sukuna, a human who turned into a cursed object, to say that and is a cannibal, it must be absolutely mind-boggling. Remember that Kenjaku stated he expects a lot from Yuji Itadori, and he was the eye of the storm of the new ages. This is the same man that considered his brother Choso, a special grade, to be a failure, but he leveled up in creepiness to perfect his experimentation with Yuji, as he is the signal to start the new era, thus explaining how he is gaining a new power. And for the cherry on top, Yuji completely tanked Sukuna's dismantle attack. This panel was fire and insane. insane. Imagine surviving 15-finger Sukuna's main attack, which is invisible, continuous, and absolutely lethal. The very attack that killed hundreds of people at Shibuya. Those with the notification bell on would know that this very technique can cause a constant barrage of 1,363 blades per minute. So with Yuji's "I'm just a cog" mentality, Yuji has far surpassed the need to care for his own life. Even in chapter 200, he was ready to die, just like he always has been from the moment Satoru Gojo announced Sukuna's presence in him. My man said, "I just keep moving forward until my enemies are destroyed like Eren, bruh." There's a huge factor involved here, and that's Megumi Fushiguro. Yuji, Hana, and Suguru Geto's actions in chapter 91 were proof that not all vessels die when a reincarnated soul takes over. Gege Akutami agreed with our logic, and in chapter 214, we learned that not only Yuji, but even Megumi is fighting Sukuna from the inside, because Megumi is playing a very crucial role in this fight by drastically reducing Sukuna's curse energy output. This means Sukuna's gamble in chapter 212 did not work out, as he was waiting for Megumi's soul to break to face no resistance. However, Gojo's ideals of collectivism have paid off, as Megumi doesn't give up on his friends and dreams as he used to, and they have bolstered his spirit even higher than what it was initially, being the 1 in a million. Megumi is hindering Sukuna so much that he is shocked at how hard it is to cut down Yuji with his curse technique. But it's been confirmed Yuji is about to unlock an even higher form of strength. Just look at the panel with the electricity coming out of it as he is in the zone. It is the same as Satoru Gojo during his awakening against Toji. This is the perfect time for Yuji to realize that a cog's function is more than just to keep circling around. If even a single cog breaks down, the machine will follow too. He has to learn to be more selfish and self-preserving, a quality of good sorcerers that Gojo taught to Megumi in chapter 58. Gojo stated, "Winning by dying and winning even if you die are two completely different things." This comes back to how the fearsome womb title is for Yuji Itadori, as the chapter titles continue from chapter 6 to 214. So that title of a fearsome womb was not about Sukuna. It's just another way of Akutami subverting shonen tropes. Yuji is the perfect culmination of Kenjaku's experiments with the death paintings, thus becoming this fearsome womb that he has a plan for. For example, Yuji's mother had a broken anti-gravity technique, but Kenjaku might have actually targeted their family because of his father, Jin. We still have no clue about the lineage of Yuji's father, but their line looks eerily similar to Sukuna in his true form. Yuji's grandfather was about to tell him a secret about his parents before he died, but Itadori stopped him. So guys, I guess it's time for Akutami to pull another "suddenly a memory of an event that never happened was born inside," and then they turn Sukuna and Yuji into best of friends. Okay, well, definitely not happening in this lifetime. But what's coming together is Yuji finally revealing glimpses into the potential that Gojo saw in him. He even included Yuji among the students who could possibly surpass him, and now he's proving why. Remember that Gojo himself said that Sukuna's technique will imbue in Yuji's body, and Yuji stated in chapter 137 that he could feel Sukuna getting powerful inside him, to explain how he recovered so quickly. Therefore, Yuji is in the zone right now, just like he was in the fight with Mahito, where it looked like Black Flash was being used at his will instead of it being completely random. This will bring forth a completely new Black Flash attack that Yuji will spark Sukuna with. Now, if you want to continue watching Peak Fiction and find out exactly who is the new Makima and Control Devil, watch this video on your screen right now regarding Chainsaw Man. Bye bye.